Well, cheers and welcome everyone to Happy Hour with the Lincoln. We're on episode number 38, where week by week, I'll do what I can to answer all of your stock market related questions. If you guys have questions out there you want to send my way, the email is support@thelincolnlist.com. I'll do my best to get them featured on some of these upcoming episodes, and if I don't, I'll get back to you immediately and answer the questions for you. Now, shameless plug of the day, if you're out there and you're saying to yourself, man, trading stocks is like performing brain surgery in a blender, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to visit this link right here, right below. That link is to our live trade room. You can trade with us every day, and I'll do my best to eliminate that blender from your life. Now, we got some great stuff that we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about how do you get rich trading stocks. Everybody wants to know that one, right? We're going to talk about if you suck at math and you're just not smart, can you become a successful trader? Do you even stand a chance? And third, we're going to throw a little technology in. We're going to talk about computer setups and all that good stuff for you techies out there. Now, before I start, let me take a swig. Ooh, went down good. It's cold. It is cold here in San Diego, California. I know it's 50 degrees. I know some of you are like, shut up, dude. You don't know what cold is, but for us SoCalers, this is kind of chilly with all this cold weather and some rain here in March. So let's just get right to it. You don't need to hear me whine. Let me just try to answer these questions. Number one, I have a question. How did you actually get rich trading? Did you have one big trade that you made all your money on and now you scalp? Do you rely on a handful of big trades to make a year? It seems like most traders get nowhere with small wins. Many of these gains on Twitter, if you do the math, don't add up. Even if you make six figures a year, that's still not a millionaire. Just wondering what you thought. Okay, pretty good question. Now, to answer this directly, you will get rich trading stocks just like everyone else does in every other business in this world. You will get rich day by day, trade by trade, and grinding it out. You will meet very few people who have made their entire career is based off of just one trade. Sure, there are big trades out there, but if you want to be successful, your career will not be defined by one single trade. Now think about it. Think about any legend in your mind, a musical legend, an athlete that is a legend, any legend in your mind. What are they a legend for? Are they a legend for one good game? For one good song? No, they are for consistent hits, consistent victories, consistent stats that span over decades. That's what makes people a legend. And if you think about the common working person in the world, how do they get rich? They get rich step by step. They save their money every month. They start when they're 20. They retire when they're 60s. That's just how trading is. Now, I can understand your thought process there, and this is what makes, in my opinion, trading so difficult for people is because they're inundated on social media right now with bullshit about you're going to buy my system in a week, you're driving a Ferrari, and you're going to be dating models, and you're going to have a mansion. Man, dudes, that does not work. You won't make money like that. Now, sure, because every time you feel that way, because every time you get on social media, they're only talking about their good gains. They're only posting screenshots of the good stuff, not telling you about the bad stuff. But you get rich, to answer this question, day by day, grinding it out, trade by trade. Now, to answer that question, have I made $1 million in a single year trading stocks? The answer is no. But I have amassed over the course of my 19-year career. I save my money. I live within my means. I invest into other things. And over time, voila, you'll live a very successful and happy life. So, answering that question directly, you'll get rich by getting up every day, putting in the work, and grinding it out. Remember, it's a body of work. Legends are known for their bodies of work, not one-hit wonders. You don't want to be a one-hit wonder, man. You want that body of work. That's what makes you legends. Hopefully that answered the question. Number two, can I do okay as a stock trader if I'm no good with math? I'm drawn to the stock market, but I'm bad with numbers. It's something I'd like to try, but I don't want to waste my time if you got to be smart. All right. Well, I don't know what you mean by being good at math. Like, are you saying I'm not good at like algebra kind of math? Or are you just saying, look, I can't even add 1 + 1? But to be honest with you, no, you do not need to have math skills to be a good trader. We're not sitting here building rockets. We're not trying to figure out what the distance of a planet is to the earth or how fast it rotates around the sun or a star or something like that. We're not physicists or people like that. Traders, now I would say maybe let's exclude the people that do sort of fundamental analysis. You need more of an accounting background, and math comes into play if you're looking at P&Ls. But for us guys that are, or gals that are just out there day trading stocks, we're looking at charts. So what we're interested in is not math. We're interested in price action. You get a feel. You want to know where people are buying, where people are selling, where is support, where is resistance, who's where, where's the volume at on this candle, on this trade, what's the setup look like? That's what it is. And I've talked about it before. It's just basic. It's like green bar, red bar, support, resistance. It's like lines on a chart. It doesn't take that much intelligence to decipher. What matters is this, your heart, your ability to think and think on your feet and be smart and be quick, because a lot of things that you do in trading are judgment calls and they happen like that. So you see a setup and you don't have a lot of time to react to it. It's a money-making opportunity, so you have to diagnose within a matter of seconds if you're willing to take the risk and take this opportunity. So you don't have all day to look at P&L, who's the owner of the company, what's their profit margins. That doesn't matter for a trade that you're only going to be in. So from my opinion, if you're going to be a financial analyst that's going to be working at like Goldman Sachs and you're going to be looking through financials, then yeah, you're going to need some math. But if you're just going to be a day trader that's going to fire up some candlestick charts and a couple of MACDs and go for it, you need heart, you need drive. So if you're sitting there and you're telling yourself, look, being a professional trader is exactly what it is I want to do. But don't worry about what other people say. Do it, man. Do it. That's your right. I've talked about that before. When I first started trading, that's what people told me. It's like, you're not good at math. I'm not. They say you're not good at like a lot of things in school, but that didn't stop me from wanting to do it. That didn't stop me from being successful. Like I said, if you have the drive and the determination, that's what matters more than anything else, is that you have that drive, that you have that determination. Now, you may have to hire someone, or maybe you've got someone else in your family that's good at math. So when you have borrow fees on your shorts, someone's going to have to kind of decipher that for you. When you have your commission fees at the end of the month, maybe somebody's going to have to look at that for you and tell you what it is. But don't let that be your job. You go out there, you study your charts, you do your business, you make your money, and then everything will fall into place. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, what technology do you think is important to a trader? Is a standard PC tower good enough? I have a 2-year-old Mac that I use for personal stuff. Can I use that, or should I buy a dedicated trading computer? How many monitors should I start out with? Other than that, what is the cheapest basic setup I can start with? Okay, pretty good question. A lot of people come around with this tech. How many monitors? What kind of computers? Everybody wants to know what kind of setup. I did a video a while back of what it is. I'm about as basic as you can get. So my answer will be, no, you don't need to waste your money on a dedicated computer setup. You don't need to do that right now. If you're just starting out trading or you're not a professional trader, don't worry about that right now. I'm actually been doing this for a long time. Most of you know my story. And I'm operating right now on this very day on a 5-year-old Lenovo PC tower. So I'm sure your 2-year-old Mac runs circles around what I'm using. And I've been doing just fine with that. And I use it for personal stuff too. So I've kind of gone over it with it. Just real quick, I got like a laptop here that I use for the trade room that has the scanners on it. I wouldn't even use this if I didn't have the trade room. But I've used this when I've traveled before with a spare monitor. I got a projector, which is right here. I think if I can pick it up. I don't know if you can even see it. Projection screen, because I like to have that long distance view. And then I have my standard computer. So most of the time I'm just running off of these two. And then as the first 2 hours go by with the day, I'm just down to one screen. I mean, there's a lot of traders out there that do traveling and they'll do with just a laptop. I've done that before with a laptop. If you're not, a lot of people trade from their phone. I can't do that yet. I'm not quite ready for that kind of stuff. But a lot of people trade from their phone. So you don't need to waste your money with that. If you're starting out and you're new, just a basic computer system, just get an idea of how to trade first. Now, later on down the road, you may feel the need to add extra monitors. That's trader specific on how they feel on it. And if you're starting out new, don't waste your money on that. Don't waste your time on that. Learn how to trade first, because it's not going to make that much of a difference in your trading. Once you become professional and every second matters, then you can explore the idea of adding extra monitors. But in the beginning, you don't need to worry about that. So one thing I do want to say, because somebody had asked before, because I held up the mouse and they said, you're still using a wired mouse? and also a wired keyboard, which I talked about my hotkeys before. I'll have to get back to answering some more of those questions about it. One thing I do recommend is using, at least for me, wired mouses and wired keyboards. I've tried my hand at wireless, and for some reason, I swear to you, maybe it's just because I'm old, but I swear to you, there is a delay. Like when you hit it, you move it, and it's like the mouse drags for a second, or you hit the button, and it's like, oh wait, that just took just a fraction of a second. It might not seem like a lot, but I noticed there's like a second or a really small delay, and that bugs the hell out of me. And that's why I use wired stuff, because, you know, I want to hit it and I want to know it's right, the order's right in there, or when I'm using the mouse, I want to know that it's not dragging, or I've got to find out where my mouse is somewhere on that. Plus, I always buy the cheap ones because, you know, sometimes they, you know, things happen, right? Anyway, I think I've answered that question. So we talked about some good stuff. Let's do a quick review. Let's do a really quick review. Let's be successful. How do you do it? How do you get rich doing this business? Man, you get it by grinding. You got to grind it out every day. You will probably never have that one trade. You don't even want one trade to define you. Your career will be defined over a span of thousands upon thousands of great trades and great decisions. So remember that. Also remember, you don't have to be good at math to do this, man. I mean, look at this guy right here. You don't even have, I mean, you've seen my spelling. I don't like to read. I can't spell. I'm okay at math, like adding a couple of things there, but I don't know anything about algebra and stuff like that. I mean, look, if I can do it, you guys definitely can do it. The only thing that got me here was determination and drive. As far as tech, I always go as cheap as I can too, because computers aren't my thing. Just start out small. Start with what you got. That's fine. You're good. You're in good hands with the Mac. You'll be just fine. So anyway, guys, I want to thank you for watching this happy hour. Oh, we're down to just a little bit here. Until next week, cheers.